Welcome to Trans Fabulous. My name is Sasja Sÿdek. I am the founder of Trans Sisters United, that familiar voice at 3CR Curring the Air, and also Everybody Eats at Joy FM. And before I start, I would like to acknowledge that we are standing here on the stolen land, Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. I pay my respect to their elders, past, present, and emerging. Always was and always will be Aboriginal land. And I would like to extend my respect to the trans elders, past and present. Today, I have a very special guest. Her name is Lilly Chang. Lilly was born in Malaysia and is of Chinese descent. She has been living in Australia for over 20 years. In 2000, Lilly explored her trans identity during the Oxford Street, Sydney era. Having had many life experiences, Lilly believed in the importance of helping and guiding the next generations and paying forward the kindness and advice she has received in the past. She also believed in the continuing to learn from and listen to them. Lilly's main goals are centered around community. She is proud mother of Sydney, also known as Miss Eora, and also Sabah. Welcome, Lilly.
Hi, Channel 31.
Let's start off like, how did you get into Australia? What brought you here?
Okay. So I come to Australia when I'm just around 19 years old. I come here to study my high school, year 11.
Okay.
So that's what brought me to Australia, study.
Okay, so why high school in Australia, not in Malaysia? I mean, don't you think it's a bit rare for an Asian to come here for high school? Usually we come here for uni.
That is a good question.
Yeah.
But why you asking this, I think maybe that is always in me as well, because I just feel like I'm not confident with my English. So instead of go straight to year 12, so since like this is always in my young age, right?
Yeah.
So I just feel like, okay, let's do year 11 first. Spend one more year so I can, practice the English, make my English better. So I started at 11 and then go to year 12.
Was it influenced by your parents or?
That's my decisions.
Okay, wow. Like I said, like being an Asian, like especially Singapore, Malaysia, it's very rare for us to do high school abroad. Usually it's like uni, then you do abroad.
Yeah, but as I said it, and when I explain it, I feel like I can see this. Yeah, it's always in me, just not feeling confident enough.
Okay.
That's why I will willing to spend extra year.
That's what brought you to Australia.
Yes.
Okay, to learn English.
Yes.
Okay, so and then the rest is history, right?
Yes.
You
Lots of
you fell
history.
in love with
Yeah.
Australia?
Yes. Then I studied in Perth for 3 years, and then I went to Sydney, and I met my partner, and then I keep staying in Australia because of my ex-partner.
Okay, you mean partner like a lover partner?
A partner of 7 years.
Oh wow!
Yes.
Okay,
My
nice.
first love.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I remember this.
Maybe still consider my only love.
So from Perth, you moved to Sydney. Why did you move to Sydney? Because of your lover or?
No. So when I study in Perth, right, we didn't know what is Perth like.
Yeah.
Because I never come to Australia, right? So when I went to Perth, you're like, oh my God, all the shop is closed after 5 o'clock. You feel like, oh my God, maybe Sydney would be better.
Okay.
So I think just the year before I moved to Sydney, bunch of us actually traveled to Sydney. We have a look. So we went to Oxford
just
Street.
for holiday?
For holiday.
Okay.
So we went to Oxford Street. Oh my God, we enjoyed the
Yes.
midnight shift, and other
It's
places
like an
as well.
eye-opener for you?
Oh yes,
with
definitely.
the queer community?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at the time, I'm still gonna continue study.
Yeah.
So I just thought, I tell my parents, I want to continue study, but I want to continue at Sydney. So here comes Sydney.
Nice. Makes sense. I mean, like,
of course.
being a queer and being trans as well, I think Sydney will definitely has more access to, and also your community is a bit more bigger there in Sydney.
Yeah, and also because back then, before, because like past few years, the nightlife had been really changed the scenes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but this is before everything,
Oh,
so
yes.
everything a bit wild and still really, really happening as well, and straight people still actually haven't moved into the Oxford Street yet. So yeah, it's amazing.
I came at early 2000 and I get to experience it for a little bit before everything has changed now. You know, the dynamic of the
Yes.
night scene has changed drastically now.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the famous taxi club.
We both from Southeast Asia, right?
Yes.
But I actually only transitions when I'm in Sydney.
Okay.
So Taxi Club is my training ground.
Oh, wow.
It's my home,
It's like
unfortunately.
your safe space?
Yeah, it's my safe space. Definitely
Yeah.
a safe space, and a safe space for a lot of people.
Of course.
Yeah, it's a club of 40 years history. Unfortunately, it's been closed down maybe like 2006 or sometime around that time, So yeah, so what is Taxi Club?
I can share you my only one experience because I've
Yes.
only been there once.
I know.
So I've been there once because I heard about this taxi club while I was still living in Singapore, and it was. I think it was like worldwide known, right? So everybody was like, "Oh, if you ever to Sydney, you have to go taxi club." And so I was here. I had a weekend break here, and then I met a guy online, a dating app in Sydney, and then he said, "Why don't you come over on the weekend and I'll take you to taxi club?" And then I took his offer. I was a bit culture shocked when I get there because I've never seen like, you know, coming from Singapore, fresh from Singapore, so you don't really see cross dresses, right? I saw a man with mustache, red lipstick, and in a dress and boots. I was a bit of a culture shock because I've never seen something like that before. I was scared for my life too at the same time. But yes, but I stayed there, and then there's this trans woman from Thailand. She was beautiful and she was lovely. She came up to me and she's like, "Oh, I've never seen you before." And I said, "Yes, this is my first time here." And then she said, "Okay, so where you from?" I say, "I'm from Singapore origin, but I actually live in Melbourne." And she said, "Oh, no wonder." She said that to me. I don't know whether to take that as a compliment or, you know, be offended because maybe I was overdressed.
Okay.
Yeah, I was so overdressed. I was like, you know, Melbourne people, I love fashion anyway. So I guess that's why she said, "Oh, no wonder."
So, Taxi Club. So let me give some history, right?
Yes.
So basically, Taxi Club is a three-story building.
Yes.
It's called Taxi Club because it opened so late until when the taxi driver actually finished their shift, they still can go there to have breakfast.
Okay.
So it's open until really, really early morning,
Right.
right? Yeah. So before I arrived, for what I know, is quite underground, a bit not as polished, I say.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then it slowly changed. When I there, I think they already have a renovations.
Yeah.
So the culture start changing. As it's changed, it's become very transgender
Yeah.
or non-binary focus or cross-dresser focused
Yeah,
place.
yeah.
And then it's also a lot of guys go there as well from different suburbs because they know this is a club there. You can meet trans people and have fun there, and they can be themselves.
I can see that now. I mean, people can be themselves. Like I said, when I went there first time, I was a bit of a culture shock.
For the person you're talking about, I think maybe it's the same person that we know, I think they are a truck driver. They also have a female partner as well.
Right.
But they love cross-dressing.
Cross-dressing, yeah.
That's why they went there, with their mustache,
Yeah.
like 6'3" high, but short skirt with the wig on,
Yeah.
But the place is amazing because everyone can be who they are. So one of my best friends, Sheila, she literally always just went there with like scary spice hair
Yeah.
and then G-string.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I know. I noticed that it's a different dynamic, right? With the trans woman, especially in Melbourne and also in Sydney, because
Yeah.
Sydney trans women dress like how do I say, like they're so comfortable with their gender identity.
Yep.
Like over here was a bit more conservative and still, they're into fashion.
Yes. And also because I think the environment as well, because if you're in a safe space, right?
Yeah.
So you can explore. You
True.
can like a small flower and slowly, explore your fashion choices, your
Yeah.
look, and then slowly blossom to be something else.
Having said that, it's everywhere now. People feel safe to dress whoever you want now, especially in Melbourne now as well. You can
Yes.
see taxi club everywhere in Melbourne,
Yeah,
don't you
I
reckon?
know. And then even I think the latest fashion is like very skimpy.
I used to be that person who loved to dress skimpy outfit
Yeah.
because I have the body for it at that
Yeah.
time, when I was young.
Yes.
But now, sometimes with this body, when I dress skimpy, it looks like, I'm trying too hard.
When you're younger,
Mm,
you don't care anything to just get the attention.
of
That's why
course.
you wear lots of
Yeah,
skimpy
we love the
clothes. Yeah.
attention,
At the
yes.
moment, you already been there, done that.
Yeah.
You feel like, no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I just want to be a bit more comfortable,
That's it.
more fashion, more stylish.
I know. I mean, like, it says sometimes people say you have to dress for your age, but I don't believe in that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
Yeah, I don't believe in dress your age.
Yeah.
I think you can dress, whatever you want to be.
Exactly.
Yeah. In your bio, you said you wanna pay it forward. So you
Mhm.
working with queer youth at the
Yes.
moment. So tell us a little bit about the amazing work that you do.
Okay, first, because we recently have a social media training, so I better say this right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working for social work
Mm-hmm.
and for the youth organization. Well, for
Queer
a
youth.
for a non-profit mental health organizations.
Right.
But whatever I say got nothing to do or represent my company.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a personal view. I just want to say that first, so no one get in trouble and I won't get fired. So I'm working in a non-profit mental health organizations, and one of the department is a youth department. So I'm working at the youth department.
Okay. What do
Queer
you do
youth
with,
department.
and what do you do there?
So basically, we run activity for people who are 16 to 25.
Okay.
So we have two activity weekly. So they would be like, recently we just went to Savor excursions.
What's Savor?
It's like Salvation Army.
Okay.
So basically,
So you mean like a thrift store?
yes.
Okay.
So basically, got everyone got $30 budget. They can choose what they want,
Ah.
even from homeware, and other stuff as well. And then the choice is them. And then afterwards, we're gonna have something to eat, a snack, So we end up having a Turkish snack.
Okay.
Yeah, which is amazing.
Do you create all these program
Yes.
for the youth? When we say youth, it has to be queer or just youth?
So the department I'm working at is queer youth.
Okay, so
Right.
queer people.
Yeah, queer youth. But because like my program is quite a special one, because a lot of programs sometimes they just by themselves they have a lot of limitations. So our organization actually combined two programs.
Okay.
So we have one program actually for 1625 just do activity.
Yeah.
But some people have anxiety. They are not good in group situations.
Yeah.
So sometimes they prefer one-on-one support. So with the other part of the program, we can do that. So
Okay.
we can actually, match someone with one person so they can meet up, have lunch, and also talk about stuff in life. There's peer support.
Like I said, we go back to your bio. Do you feel like you have achieved that? Like, you want to advocate for the younger generation?
Yes, I definitely feel that,
Yeah.
After I work for 1 year, it feel much more rewarding as well, because before this, I'm working in aged care. So I mean, it's great, right, when you're helping someone who are older, but when you see you helping a younger person actually change their attitude, change their outlook on life, that's even more amazing.
Yeah.
So recently, I just use one of the example. Recently, there's one young person moved to Melbourne, so they don't know anyone, so they end up staying home all the time.
Yeah.
So the sister end up contacting us, and then they end up come to one of the program.
Okay.
And then after that, they love it.
Okay.
So they keep coming, meeting people,
Networking, yeah.
networking with people instead of like staying at home.
Yeah.
So I feel like, I can see that, right?
Yeah.
And the most amazing things, like, this is better than counseling.
Yeah.
Because sometimes counseling is like only talking. But this one, is like practical. So one
Activities.
activity, and that's why it's practical. So when you experience that, your attitude change.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
More engaging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But because counseling, it just sometimes it's quite a slow process.
Yeah.
And sometimes few session is just not enough.
You're one of the first person that I know here, like as a trans woman that I
Yes.
know here. So we've been friends for like over 18 years, I believe.
I don't think so.
Yes,
No,
2004.
really?
Do the math. You also do vlogging, it's called TS Chit Chat.
Yes.
Can we talk a little bit about what TS Chit Chat is all about?
So I used to do sex works, right?
Mm.
So after finish with this client, so we actually have a conversation, and he showed me someone on YouTube, a trans person, and then I look at that video, I feel like, oh my god, I can do something like that. So afterwards, I just start making video with my limited skill with all of my friends, and you are one of them.
Yeah.
So that is my YouTuber journey started 2011, and then I went to Swinburne University study. That's 2013.
To study what?
Film and television. It's not good. Well, I learned something, but unfortunately, that process is a bit how should I say? It's actually made me quite depressed because what I faced in that during the study because of those people.
You mean discrimination?
I think in English would be more like tall poppy syndrome.
Okay.
So when you see you do better, you got appreciated more by the teacher.
Yeah.
So people just everything started fine, but eventually I just feel like this really unfriendly.
Okay.
The vibe, and sometimes they do things that not so obvious.
Yeah.
So you can't really like, oh, this is what they do.
Okay.
Yeah. So it screw up my mental health.
Do you think your gender has to do with it?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think also because I'm older, I'm Asian, suddenly, this punch of 20 something just not as good at me, didn't get any better attention,
I'm so sorry that happens to you.
I know, me too. But I learned something from the experience. I mean, now it's easy to say because I'm out from that, dark hole already, but it is wonderful experience in certain way.
At least you get to learn about the skills in production.
Yeah, and also how to deal with, recognize depression as well, and how to deal with that as well.
Right.
Yeah, to be positive thinking.
You've been doing that for a very long time, and then your vlog suddenly got really popular, and then you get to interview a lot of trans celebrities too.
Yeah, that is quite a tough journey,
Okay.
because should I say that the body of work is great, right? But it's quite a tough journey, because from someone don't know what to do things, and you have to. I think it's like the YouTuber. So you started like, oh my god, enthusiastic, right?
Yeah.
And then next minute you're like,
there's
oh
a
my
lot
god.
of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what should I do next? How should I keep myself popular?
Yeah.
But I think one different thing that happened to me is like I never make money. So I just focus on the topic.
Yeah.
So other people maybe will focus on the product. What should I sell next, right? This stage, people will like, oh, they'll try to sell
The
a product.
marketing
Yeah.
part.
But in my video, a lot of them is just about conversation, about a person.
Through your vlog with all these trans people that we've never known before, and also all the works that they have done.
It is. I'm still continue telling the story, but with a better mindset this stage, and also not rushing as well. Yeah, and you still haven't come up to the new channel. Oh, by the way, as I want to describe this channel, it's funny because it's first called TH Chat, and then at certain point, I think maybe 2016, it turned to House of Lilly.
Yeah.
And then 2024, the same channel is a different name, rebrand called Q Hub.
But why do you keep rebranding?
I feel like rebranding is actually, I think the name actually represent my knowledge and the state of mind as well. So like Q Hub, I actually in a better stage to tell story. But I have to say one thing, other than, I get to do a lot of interview.
Yeah.
One of my most happy thing is you and Katarina, because of doing that, and then you become a lot more active in social justice thing. When
you ask we all to get onto your vlog, as a friend, we definitely say yes, isn't it? It's for fun anyway. I didn't see that as an advocacy at that time. when I start taking the advocacy seriously, when you left me,
Okay.
you went to Perth and worked in the mining.
Yes, because at that time,
Yeah,
you have to take control.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
but you already have the training ground.
yeah, true. So
Yeah.
let's talk about your mining experience in
Oh
Perth.
my God, mining
So
experience.
you left just before COVID. That was the right timing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because we went
My
into
sixth sense,
lockdown.
my
Yeah.
sixth sense is telling me.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. Like, how did you even thought about being in the mining?
Okay, so the reason I go to mining first,
Mm.
right, is because I have a midlife crisis.
Mhm.
So basically, I still have the mental health issue. After a while, because once you go into the deep hole, it takes long time to recover.
Of course, yeah.
So I feel like at one point I just want to have a change.
Okay.
So, and then I talked to one of my sister who working in the mining,
Mhm.
and then I said, "Oh my God, that sounds like a good job, and you can probably earn like 3,000 like 2 weeks time, right?"
Okay.
She earned 3,000, not me,
Yeah.
because her position is different.
Yeah.
And then yeah, I say I probably can do this, so I pack up everything.
Yes, I help you
Yes,
pack you up your
exactly,
furniture.
from Victoria, and
Yeah.
then go to WA.
Yeah.
And then 2 weeks after I start working, they literally closed the border,
Mhm.
and then COVID happened.
Yes.
And then I live in the heaven. Because compared with
So
Victoria,
you got stuck in the mining.
well, we're not stuck in the mining,
Yeah.
but we're still working in the minings,
Yeah.
right? But what in Perth experience is not as bad in
Over
Victoria.
here, correct.
Yes.
Yeah. So
So I have a lot of freedom.
okay, so let's talk about your work.
I previously working in a coffee shop.
Okay.
So I have skills,
Yeah.
I know I can do certain things. I
Mhm.
just have to lie and then learn those stuff,
We all
right?
lie in our resume, trust me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I did housekeeping,
Mhm.
and then I didn't know, because I'm so skillful from housekeeping, also helping out in the bar,
Mhm.
in the cafe, in the convenience store, making coffee, and then at the end I also do the baggage handling at the airport.
Wow.
Yeah, I have to go underneath the fly there and move all the luggage.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I think it's a great experience for me.
Definitely.
It boosts up my confidence.
Was it tough?
Yes.
Okay.
It's tough.
It's very physical, right?
It's very physical.
Yeah.
At the end, I no longer can. I decide to leave because we signed a new contract.
Mhm.
So for a single room that have a bed,
Mhm.
a desk, and then a fridge, and then a bathroom,
Mhm.
I have to clean everything in 18 minutes.
I don't think there's many trans women actually work in mining.
Actually,
I'm wrong?
I actually know few of them at the moment.
Okay.
I know one of the drag queen,
Mhm.
maybe also a trans person as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, also in mining as well. And we
Wow.
know one of
Yeah,
the
they're
trans
very
person.
yes. That famous celebrity.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
So actually, I actually noticed few person actually in the mining as well.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
actually have a great experience. I never really face homophobia
Oh,
in the
that's
mining.
amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
especially in the very straight man environment.
Very man energy, isn't it? Yeah,
Yes.
there. Oh, that's good.
I know.
Yeah.
What I face is after I come back.
What's the future of Lily? I mean, like, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I really want to stay working with the community
Mhm.
because I really feel it's rewarding is one
Mhm.
thing,
Yeah.
and also salary is good as well.
Okay.
And then third one, it just feel like yeah, this is my calling so far.
Mhm.
I really want to do stay in the community and help the community.
You already did community service without knowing it already. As
Yeah.
a trans woman, we always do that. We call it sisterhood.
Mm.
Just that now you're getting paid for it.
I know, and yeah, if you can, go and study social work as well.
Yeah.
Especially, well, study is one thing, but I think that the wave is changing.
I think it's also you need to have a really strong mental health as well to be working
yeah,
in this.
it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Like I can see you
Yeah.
are very strong with this. You there's a lot of
Yeah,
work to be
there's
done.
a lot of things thrown
Yeah,
at you.
yeah, yeah.
You will see people, I mean,
Mm.
recently I have one person that, they have due to the landlord,
Mm.
and then they have to move back to Adelaide, to the
Mm.
home for big parents, and
Mm.
then they come to the
Yeah,
activity, and
yeah.
then they said, this is the last time I'm gonna see you.
Oh, that's sad.
I know that's really
Yeah.
sad, They have to move because they have no other options,
Yeah.
and then cannot get help.
Yeah.
And then the parents said, yeah, we can help you
Yeah.
if you come back.
It's different, like you work professionally and versus sisterhood, right? Sisterhood,
Yes.
we would try very best
Yes.
to keep this person safe. And then when it comes to professional, you do have protocols.
Yes,
Yeah.
boundary.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why when people call you to ask for help all the time,
Yeah.
you sometimes have to say no,
Mm-mm.
because you cannot do this. You also have to take care of your mental health.
Of course, we're not getting any younger.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't do
You have to take care of yourself, and you said, no, I'm not switchboard,
Yeah.
I'm not lifeline,
Yeah.
If you really need, something, and I start to feel like this is overwhelming, please contact them instead of me.
Before we go,
Mhm.
any advice to our trans sibling out there?
I actually been through quite a long time of depressions.
Mm.
I think it's literally from 2014 to 2020. So, and then, look at my life right now. I would never imagine it would be like this, so peaceful, So sometimes, please, stick it out, And then if you need help, please ask for it, because there's a lot of resources. Well, not a lot, but there's a lot of people willing to help. Just go and ask for help.
Thank you so much, Lily, for being on Trans Fabulous. You are amazing person, and yeah, thank you also for your service. Thank you for watching Trans Fabulous, and I'll see you in the next episode.